living longer, living healthier, living better than ever before. Welcome to Mountain Pacific's Healthy Living for Life, a weekly series that gives you the information, education, and expert insight you need to become an active participant in today's ever-changing healthcare climate. Here now is today's program host.
About 1 in 8 women develop breast cancer during their lifetime. Due to new technology and screenings, thankfully only 40% of women will die from this type of cancer. And it's important to know that men can also develop the disease. Welcome to Healthy Living for Life, a show dedicated to helping you do just that. I'm Lisa Sather, your host. Stay tuned to learn more about cancer. Welcome back to Healthy Living for Life. Joining us first this morning is Carol Hatfield. Carol is a breast cancer survivor. Good morning, Carol. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, Carol, when were you first diagnosed with breast cancer?
October of 2017.
You want to tell us a little bit more about that? You know, I guess mostly, how did you feel when you first heard this news? Were you scared? Were you frightened? Tell us about that.
Okay. So I went in and got my mammogram, and right away heard back from the doctor, and they asked me to come back in, that they had found something. And so of course my heart dropped, and yes. I was actually in Hallmark picking up some cards for some of my friends, and called my husband. He met me at the doctor's office, and they broke the news, and I sobbed. And we moved on and said, what are the next steps? And he gave me some options as far as oncologists go, and we made a plan and moved through.
That's good. How old were you when this news came to you?
51.
Okay, so you're a young person.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to us about family history. I know a lot of folks who do end up getting diagnosed with breast cancer they have a family history of breast cancer. Was that the case with you?
No history of breast cancer on either side of my family. So it was fairly surprising for me. The cancer that I had was DCIS, ductal carcinoma in situ, which is non-invasive, but it is uncontrolled growth of cells in the milk ducts, but not invasive. So caught it early with early detection, and from there made a plan, and it turned out really well.
And is this something that you'd notice on a self-breast exam, or no, that was simply just found via getting a routine mammogram?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not a self-breast exam, didn't notice anything, everything seemed normal to me. Actually, when I got my mammogram, they showed up. I had 2 different clumps of cells, and they called me back, and I had to actually do an ultrasound, and then I had to do I think it was called a stereotactic biopsy, so they could determine it even more.
Okay. So I understand you've already gone through treatment and your cancer is in remission. That's great news. Can you tell us about what treatment was like for you? Walk us through that process.
Yes. So they gave me several options. One was a study with just a hormone therapy. One was mastectomy, and one was lumpectomy with radiation. And I debated really on what to do. I knew I did not want to have a mastectomy because I just really wasn't a candidate for that. So I debated really between the study and the lumpectomy. And hearing the word cancer is so scary. I just wanted it out, so I chose the lumpectomy with radiation, and then it would have been a follow-up with 5 years of hormone therapy.
Okay, awesome. So did you have moments of doubt when you were going through the treatment? How did that go for you? Were you feeling like everything was going as you thought it should?
Yeah, at first I had moments of doubt because I kept asking my oncologist, do I need to get a second opinion? And we just felt with the early detection and catching it early, I was okay to stay in Bozeman. That's where I had all my, the majority of my surgery and treatment there. And I didn't get a second opinion, but I kept thinking, is this the right choice? Am I doing the right thing? Is there something else out there that I should be looking into? And definitely considered going out of state, but the options and just everything, knowing with the cancer that I had, I ended up staying in Bozeman and going through the surgeries. I actually had 2 lumpectomies, and then I followed up with 3 weeks of hypofractionation radiation, which is 3 weeks rather than 5 weeks.
Okay. Have your diet and exercise changed since you've
Yes.
gone through treatment?
Yeah, and that's one of the things that they definitely help you with is your diet and exercise, and spiritual as well, your just your whole well-being. And so definitely have changed my diet, and I exercise a lot more, not as much, but still get the exercise, and I think it's definitely made a change in my life.
That's awesome. What would it be advice that you would give to others who maybe don't get routine breast screenings?
Please get them. Early detection can help save lives. The year before, previous 2016, I chose not to get a mammogram. And I came super close to not getting another mammogram in 2017. And I don't know, something in my head just made me go do it, and I'm thankful for that, because otherwise it would have been a different outcome.
For those battling breast cancer, as in our last few seconds, what would you tell them about winning this fight?
Stay positive. Surround yourself with family and friends that care about you. There's a huge support group out there. Take care of yourself. The main thing is turning to your spirituality. That was a huge help for me in having faith, positiveness, exercise, and good nutrition.
Thank you so much for sharing with us, Carol. That's a great story, and thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Glad you're here. Up next is Breast Program Health Nurse Navigator Pam Sasser. Stay tuned.